Today, I got the LEGO Star Wars 2022 AT-TE Walker. Now, this set 75337 coming out at $140 with over 1,000 pieces, also coming with a whopping 5 clone troopers and 3 battle droids, makes for one of the most exciting LEGO Star Wars sets of the year, and in today's video, we are going to do a full review of it. So with that said, I'm going to ask you all to hit that subscribe button, as well as check out all the timestamps below. Skip around if you want to find out about the figures, the build, watch a time-lapse build of it. We do everything in this video, so with that said, hit that subscribe button and let's go. Okay, so first up, here's a look at the box art for the set. You do have all the stats up there, the AT-TE Walker. On the corner, weirdly enough, you do have a logo for the Clone Wars with the 332nd Trooper, which, you know, doesn't make a ton of sense, I'll be honest. You do have all your minifigures down there. The background is obviously the Battle of Utapau, and it is just a nice looking design. It's really good on the front box art. On the back, you do get a great depiction of a lot of the play features. Ironically, not all of them exactly. You only get depictions of like the back room, for example, but you don't know about the little front area, which I think is kind of neat. You get to learn a little bit about more of the interior. And overall, again, just a nice looking back box art as well. For the side box art, which I am a fan of, they could have done a little better with this one. The cropping was a little weird. They could have made it a little smaller and it just overall look a little better. As for the instructions, they look garbage as usual with this awful new design where they just use the 3D model for the set. You guys know I'm not a fan of that. And then you move around. The little dot that moves around is a Phase 2 Commander Cody, which is quite honestly amazing. And then you get your piece descriptions, and you of course get all your advertisements for all the sets in the wave, which is very nice. And again, they show you all the play features back here, which I think is appreciated because this is one of the more jam-packed play feature sets that we've gotten in quite a long time. So our first minifigures up are the 3 Army Builder backbones of this set. These are the 3 212th Troopers. They are all brand new, obviously. 2 of them come with the long rifles here, and 1 comes with the shorter one. Now we will take a look at 1 individually now, and it is just a nicely designed minifigure. You do a lot of the scuffing, of course. You're not getting a clean, shiny Trooper here like you know, you see in the Clone Wars. You're getting more of a scuffed up one like in the movies. You can flip him around, and he does come with some nice back printing too. It looks very good. I like it a lot. And then you could take it off. He comes with the same face print as pretty much all the modern clones do. And overall, it's just, again, a really solid minifigure. I think they really nailed it down with these 212th Troopers in this set. I think they did a really good job. And I'm super happy that we're going to have these, hopefully, in a future battle pack. And if you're curious, here is what they look like compared to the classic 2014 style of 212th Trooper. Now, as for the other figures, here we have the 212th Clone Gunner. I don't know what makes him 212th. He looks like a regular Clone Gunner to me. He does come with a lot of stuffing, I think weirdly right here above his little mouth line. I think it just feels a little weird. If they raised it a little bit, it would have looked a little better. I don't know, it feels off. But other than that, it's a fantastic figure. Basically a plain Phase 2 clone, minus some, minor details. You turn him around, he does have the strap there. It's great, and, he does come with a strap. It's not the same strap as the one that, say, came on the 187th Troopers earlier this year, but it is still cool. And if you are curious, then we can compare him to this guy. Very, very similar, obviously. I think I prefer the one on the left, but this one's really cool, too. We also have 3 battle droids. There is nothing new and or special about them. They've been the same for the last 22 years. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, probably the singular most hyped LEGO minifigure of all time, short of a Mr. Gold of sorts, and it is Phase 2, Commander Cody. Now, Cody, in my opinion, is a fantastic looking minifigure with very few flaws, in my personal opinion. First up, you move to the legs. The legs look beautiful. The belt printing looks beautiful. The torso printing looks phenomenal. Where the controversy starts with a lot of people is the helmet. A lot of people don't like the visors. I think it looks really good, though. Especially, it just feels purely like a LEGO minifigure. It doesn't have to be a special custom. It doesn't have to be anything. It feels like a LEGO figure. I like that they're consistent with this. One problem I have seen brought up with these is the way they place the holes on the helmet. Some people just don't like the sets just because of this, and I think that's a dumb excuse. I think it could be fixed. I would prefer that this just be where the hole is, where that little dot is right there. Just raise that. But it is understandable. I do get the problem people have with it, but honestly, once you have the visor on for a Cody specifically, it's not that noticeable. For the rest of the guys, there is a problem, and yes, you do actually get the ability to throw visors on other guys, and I will be showing, a little bit of the customization stuff in a split second. The one problem I have with the Cody, and it's printed on jetpack, I would have preferred you just got back printing and you could have given it a special jetpack build or something, like, say, Tech from the Bad Batch. I think that would have probably been cooler, but other than that, very cool minifigure. Before I get into visor customization, I would like to briefly compare 2 of the coolest clone minifigures of all time. This is a Phase 2 Rex and a Phase 2 Commander Cody. It is so neat to see them both together. Now, you do get a handful of leftover antenna and visor pieces, which is what I put on some of the regular 212 Troopers, and this is really nice if you're trying to just customize them out. They look good. Orange color looks great. I think this is the first time we have gotten this piece in an orange color. And, it just looks nice. They did a good job with it. Could they have been done better with the side of the helmets? Yeah, probably, but I'm not going to be here to complain like it's the worst thing ever. Here we have a nice dwarf spider droid. On its own, it's a very nice build. I like that there is no stud shooter. It's amazing they took that into notes and decided to get rid of it. The legs all work pretty much the way you'd think. There is a clear brick in the end. The clips, however, are a little loose, which is something minor, I'd say. As for the selection of this particular thing, I don't think it's the biggest deal. Just think of it as an extra freebie thrown in. Could they have thrown in a crab droid? Yeah, but I don't really think it takes away or adds anything to the set too much other than just an extra freebie build, which is, I guess, a nice way to look at it. Just a nice little build. I like it. A little extra droid army buffer. And now it is time to take a look at the beast. The clone AT-TE Walker. And my gosh, is it epic. So starting off at the front, we have a beautiful area to sit your pilots. Now, you could have one of 2 people pilot this. You first have to take this out, and you have a nice little area to sit a pilot. And I think it's really good. You get some little areas. You can move the walker forward. For the instance of this video, I will be putting our heavy trooper on here. I know we have the big cannon on top, but I'm going to have him put here. You put little things in his hands, just the nice studs, and then it slides simply right back into place, which I think is really nice, and it clips in fairly well while not necessarily fully connected to anything. It just relies on friction, which is good. As for the front, you do get 4 mini ball turrets, which look great. You can spin them around. Obviously, you do have your complications with those, but that's nothing new. They work very well. Moving over to the left, you do have the, obviously, nice stickered area up here. This is stickered, obviously. You do get your fair share of them. And on the back, we do, of course, have 2 more ball turrets, which look really, really good. As for the cannon, it is very nice and in scale. You do, of course, have the ability to move it any which way. The only problem I see with it, honestly, is when you load your trooper to sit inside, there is no studs for it to attach to, so it is kind of freely hanging from the AT-TE, which is not optimal, I will be honest. I will be honest. You do get stud shooters on the side, so you can fire, and they actually fire pretty well, the new stud shooters, and it is actually a very large one. Like I said, when you're moving it around, that is a problem. As for the legs, they were done interestingly. Surely it does make the AT-TE feel a little shorter than in the past it has, you know, the little more stubby feet. And a thing I've noticed I've had a problem with, these fall off very easily. It is, in fact, a little too easily, and I haven't seen that criticism levied enough against this set. It shouldn't be falling off that easily, and that's happening on all the areas. I mean, it's not like a exactly uncommon occurrence. It happens back here too. And for those that are wondering, yeah, this leg is basically useless right here. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't keep the walker up or down or anything. It's just there purely for the detail. It's not a structural element in any way. Now, if you would like to lift this set, it is very simple. There is this black piece right here, and all you have to do is grab it, and it lifts. Now, it is certainly front heavy, so that's why it leans more frontwards, but overall it looks really good. I like the way they did it a lot. Now, let's take a look at the grand old interior. First up, we will take a look at the front. Now, to get the front up, all you have to do is lift up the top hatch like so, and you're going to want to move this out of the way. Now, there is actually a lot of stuff in here, and it is a little hard to get a nice angle because it is packed, which is also why they made it so accessible to take out the front area. So if you want to, say, load 2 of your troopers in here, I will take this guy, and I will take this guy and put him on. And it's really nice, a really simple mechanism to load 2 troopers in. And basically, we can look back in there, and you see where those 2 grill pieces are, and they basically coast right into place. And it's really nice that you could just kind of leave them there, and you don't have to worry about them, you know, like coming loose or anything. They are fastened and secure. Obviously, you do have a little wrench on here. You also do have some extra areas. So over here, for instance, you do have a little weapons holder. This holds the, I guess, thermal detonators. You did get 2 of those. Technically, you got 3. One was an extra piece, which is I actually put in here. And you could look in here, you do get some binoculars, and you also do get a thermal detonator, which is, of course, very nice. And you could just load that back up. It's an extra crate to throw in. These are obviously common in AT-TEs. We have seen them come in, say, Captain Rex's AT-TE. Then you have the little grill up there, which makes it look like you'd almost walk to the other end of the ship. It's like a door, which I think is kind of neat, and I really like that. That's a really cool little detail. And, you know, with that said, let's go to the other end of the ship. Now, this is one of the most creative ways I've seen to open the back of an AT-TE. So what you do is you unclip these pieces right here. You lower this like so, and then you raise this like so. And you could, of course, move the back panels, giving you full, complete access to the build, which is, of course, amazing. Now, let me just say, back here, it is great. You do get this little clip here, and with this clip, you can hook on your blasters. I don't know if this blaster actually works, but we're going to try it and say we'll hook on a regular blaster as well. Again, this is my first time trying this, so we will see if it actually closes with that on. It probably should. Yeah, I think it does, which is very nice. You also, of course, do get a full look at the seating arrangements. You do have room for about 5 troopers here. You do also have a little targeting computer sticker there, so if you want to, say, load up your heavy trooper on here, you can do as such. And then moving over, you do have a little fire extinguisher, which is very nice. And you also do have a little mug. So that way, I guess if Commander Cody gets thirsty, he could have a little drink of a Jawa juice or whatever. And, you know, it's a rough day out there in the Republic. So it's kind of nice that you get a little Commander Cody to, you know, sip on some Jawa juice. Now, a few quick notes here. First off, you'll notice lighting is very prominent on this set. You have the little yellow lights down here. You have the little red blinker lights, which I actually think is really neat. And you even have some up there, like here, symbolizing, you know, just this is what kind of like the interior of an AT-TE feels like. And I think that's gone kind of underappreciated. Even in the front, you'll notice there's some right here and here. Like you have basically headlights on a giant, like, tank. And I think that's kind of fantastical, and I just love it. It's amazing. So, what are my final thoughts on this absolutely amazing set? This hyped up set, and, you know, I'm saying it's amazing, so obviously I think very highly of it. It is a great set. It is a fantastic set. Is it a little on the more expensive side? More expensive than it probably should be? Yeah, I think this is probably a little overpriced relative to other sets. I think at around a, say, like $120 price, it would have been much more perfect. Heck, even $110, I think it would have been good. But, you know, overall, you're getting a fan-demanded thing. You're getting the legendary Phase 2 Commander Cody minifigure, which is amazing. And you're getting a great look at, you know, just an amazing, amazing clone army builder set. And especially if this thing ever goes on sale, it will be fantastic. It's just such a nice set. They fixed a lot of the problem with past AT-TEs. And they really made a nice LEGO Star Wars set here, making it really good. You know, enjoyable set, a fun building experience. It did get a little repetitive around the legs, but overall it was a good building experience. I'm not a huge Technic fan, but they did a good job with this one. Again, other than the legs, which were a little repetitive, this is a great set. And it has flaws, yes. Some people will complain about the Dwarf Droid. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I just look at it as a nice extra they didn't have to throw in. And really, if you look at it like that, it just makes the set even greater. Because, hey, look, you get a free little Dwarf Droid thrown in with purchase. Very nice. That's why I'm going to give this set a 9 out of 10. It is pretty close to darn perfect. With that said, I will see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome. Wait. I can't believe you guys were just about to click off this video without liking it. What's the deal? Why'd you do that? Don't do that. Click that like button. I'm still waiting. Okay, you can go now.